Yo, it's breakfast time. It's a weird time. I've never streamed at this time because most of my, like 90% of my, or probably 80% of my viewers are from US and Canada.
No, you have to be awake. No, wait, yeah, it'll be about 15 minutes, right?
Oh yeah, it's true.
In Cali, it'll be about 12 minutes.
I don't know how many people are. Oh, okay. I mean, it's a Friday night for them, technically. But then if it's EST, like 5 p.m., I mean 5 hours behind, then this would be like really late night. And then I think it's too early on the morning for people in the UK as well. Because I have a lot. Oh, people are actually joining. Oh yeah. I've got eggs Benedict, and then my friend Nitesh has eggs Benedict as well. Someone asked, is it full English? No. Yeah, we're at Heathrow Terminal 3. Yeah. Yeah, I was telling my friend about how I avoided FTX at all costs, and it's paid off. I was telling him how I choose platforms that I want to put money into, or like projects. Whenever there's a weird, like a dodgy celebrity that endorses the project or platform, I avoid it. Like FTX had celebrities like Kim Kardashian promoting it. That's how you know you have to avoid it. You know what? The platforms I've had the most problems with are the biggest ones. The small little exchanges like Ascendex, I haven't had like issues with them before. $4.20 and NYC. Love eggs Benedict breakfast. Yeah, we're at a place called the Curator. It's inside the airport terminal. But yeah, like we're going to be flying to DCON in less than 2 hours. Well, flying to LA. I think this is a really weird time to stream because either it's too early in the UK or it's too late in the US. It's probably the earliest I've ever streamed. Oh, what day does DCON start? So I'm going to be an exhibitor at DCON. So I'll be there early on a Friday, like before the preview night. And then it lasts Saturday and Sunday as well. So I'll be exhibiting with the Epical Regal team. So Venkatesh should be near the VV team as well. Did it cost you an arm and a leg for those eggs? Yeah, it kind of did. It cost more. I think it was it like £11 for this? It was like £11. Look at that. He's already finished. Oh, I'm inside Heathrow Terminal 3. Yeah, my friend, he's a software engineer as well, but he's like God level, and he just came back from Japan. You guys can ask him questions. His name is Nitesh.
I don't see what
See,
I
like,
have to
the
ask.
comments on the side.
Yeah.
I think you're asking for it.
No, I don't watch football. Let's see. Talking about the event.
You might need to speak a little bit louder, I think.
Yeah, you should get need to get what they call you, Hello K.
Yeah.
They'll get you a directional microphone for your birthday. Yeah. Oh right. Or the one that points at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rode? The brand Rode. Alright. That wasn't he thinks it was £8.99 for these eggs, it was more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bat Cow. DC Comics?
What did you say?
Bat Cow.
Oh, that's basically the DC comic NFT project where you can wear Batman's mask, but it's different versions of it.
How many people that watch your show are like software engineers?
I don't know. Some of them are.
Some of them are. Right. So like what makes them interested in your show? The NFTs or crypto in general?
I think both, yeah.
The valuation of crypto or just the uses of it?
I would say there is people who really like use case of certain things.
Yeah.
But most probably the valuation.
I mean, how popular are you now? You were 10,000 about a while back. How many people watch the show now?
Tell them about how you think. Okay, so try argue the point how you think NFTs have no use case, because they like listening to this stuff.
Okay, so I have to argue they have no use case. How about like, can they hear you? Like the microphone should be able to pick up your voice.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they can hear me.
Okay, so yeah, how about you go to when we were, remember that time we were waiting outside the restaurant for 3 hours and we went back and forth? How about you give some of your talking points and I will give my rebuttal to your talking points?
Okay.
They're asking why are you flying in a week early? So yeah,
We're gonna explore LA, and then we're gonna go DCON. But basically, my friend, he will argue why NFTs don't have a use case. So you guys can post why you think NFTs do have a use case, and he'll try and disprove it.
We've got the this rack thing in the way. Then be careful walking in LA. Yeah. How are you doing the streaming thing? Is this Streamlabs? Like, I'd have to get like the top comment show on the screen, right? Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of people who have NFTs, they argue that having the NFT means you can trace the owner very easily.
Yeah.
And even anonymous, like you don't need to provide any
You
like
can
name.
point the camera at you, by the way. I don't like it.
Okay, so I'll start off with one point. So having an NFT, it's really easy to find the owner of that NFT. And you can find them without requiring their address or name or email, etc. So it makes it very easy to send them, like rewards and gifts and things. So there's a benefit there from like a brand loyalty perspective. And that's what brands like DC and Marvel have realized. And so and Disney, they're expanding more into it. So that would be like my first point is the ability to give people free stuff without requiring any KYC from them.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things to do that anyway. So if you look about DC or Marvel, you could make an account on the DC or Marvel website, and once you purchase the ownership of the item, they can send the money to your account to use.
The subscription.
Yeah, send you rewards to your account. That could be whatever. It could be vouchers to your website. It could even be cash, redeemable vouchers you can use in the store. So yeah.
But you can't sell your account, whereas with an NFT, you can sell it. So if I don't want the benefits anymore, sell it to you, and you start getting the benefits.
I can literally just say, give me your username and password, I'll give you some money.
But your username and password is most likely tied to an email and also a credit card purchase that you must have used.
True.
Now that history exists there now. And maybe you don't want people to see Nitesh Lal bank account ending in 4 digits, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but I guess it's very unique use case might have a point, but I don't think often it's going to happen.
I mean, some people really care about this stuff. Like, they don't want people to know their name.
But then these assets you're sending them like reward, what are they doing with it? That these assets.
So some of the things they sent is like they airdrop like QR codes and things, and then you can take them to real life events to get stuff. So that's been surprisingly very popular.
But again, why can't, if this is all in the closed ecosystem, like a normal ecosystem,
yeah.
Like a Disney ecosystem.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the thing is, people, like, they can kind of do it themselves. Like, if I was to like put it as an analogy, it's like, why? Okay, so why does every game publisher choose to publish games to the Nintendo Switch? Why don't they just make their own console for the game? It's like that kind of thing. It's like, exactly, yeah, that's why. Because there's existing marketplaces, and you might as well just have your stuff sellable in that marketplace.
I think the barrier to entry to buy an NFT is significantly higher than the credit card.
Yeah.
Also, the risk. Okay, if the bank sells houses, the feature you have the middleman that okay, I don't think that's going to happen. When you buy and sell a house, there's a lot of legal issues that come into it. And that's why buying and selling a house is like has a lot of hidden fees. You have to hire a solicitor, you might have to hire conveyors, is that what they're called?
Is it? Yeah, I think it's
conveyors, yeah. I mean, there's all these hidden fees of buying a house. You also have to deal with inspection and things. And just talking about buying a house as an NFT, we already have things like in the UK the HM land registry, which shows which land and which building on the land has its given owner. So you can already assess this stuff. And cutting out the middleman in the house actually, I would advise against it, because you really should have a lawyer checking that there's nothing wrong about. When you buy the house, there's not going to be illegal issues in your name. Also, things like mortgages and debt and so on. You really have someone with legal expertise dealing with that. Another thing is with blockchain, everything is supposed to be somewhat public. Like you said, you can see who the owner is. Some people don't want this stuff to be public. So there's that argument. Point the camera at you. Ready to finish it? Thanks, Salute. When you do something like the front-facing camera points at you, and the back-facing one points at me in like a small mode.
Oh.
So then it's like truly like an interview.
I don't think that, no. Oh, yeah, he responded. He said, good point.
I think like crypto stuff, it can exist in as like a small ecosystem where everyone is very interested in the I would say the game. Like if it is something like a game or a small community, then it would make a lot more sense. But when you get into real world scenarios where you have to deal with things like legal recourse and theft and so on, it becomes a lot less practical.
Well, things like gaming and collecting and not like anything tied to like financially. Like, you know, as soon as they start going to like banking and treasuries and stuff,
yeah,
I think I don't think. Okay, so I think the infrastructure needs to improve, but more so, the legal framework isn't there yet. Like, look how many crypto exchanges have died in like the past half a year.
Yeah. I think also there's other things like also blockchain is immutable. There's widely stored and so it's also public, so it's publicly available there. And that actually can be a problem for like websites. Camera I use. I can just keep the camera pointed at you. Oh yeah. I might get something like the Otagon, like chocolate muffins, that wasn't enough calories.
I'm pretty cool.
I'm not.
I don't think Omi's going to move at all. It's already too low. Like 0.1 now. If BBVest pushes Omi to above 0.15, I think it will come back down to like 0.12, 0.11. I think we'll see triple zeros again at some point. Probably next year when Bitcoin goes to 13K. Q collects with that super accurate price, 0.000853. You know what? It's probably going to hit that. Oh, my average buy price now, I think is 0.2. 0.2. But a lot of what I spent on Omi was profits from elsewhere. So in terms of the amount of money I've actually put into Omi, I think my Omi is break even and my VV is in profit. Because I made money from XRP, Neo. I made some good money from Axie. Axie was a good one. So I just kept putting that money to Omi. Hero as well. The first digital drop, that was a good one. So because the money I put into those things wasn't a lot, or relatively not a lot, I just put it back into Omi, and then that was Omi when it was higher. So basically, I'm like, I lost my profits. So it's kind of like break even on Omi. But to be break even in a bear market is good, I think. If you're breaking even in a bear market, like, that's fine. But VV, I'm up like, I'm up more than 3x, I think. Because I managed to sell off a lot of my big pieces like back in July. And since July, it's just been, the market's been getting worse. Which is as I predicted, because the global markets, they've just been depreciating like pretty much weekly. You know, FTX just went down. You know, before that, Luna, Celsius, Voyager, 3AC. And I got out before all of this happened. So, you know, that was good timing, I think. I've got 55 million now. I managed to get some more when it dropped to triple zeros. Yeah, 0.002 is my average. So like half, it's at half now, half of that. Oh, okay. So you got about the same average as me. That's good. 50 million's a good amount. That will get you through to, I reckon you get to tier 5 when the market recovers. That's what I do. I just DCA now. Because if you just, you know, remove emotions, just keep DCAing, you know, pack your bags for the next bull run, and you should be good. Because that's what has happened every time. And I think that's just going to continue to happen because human psychology doesn't change. Like people, when they see the bear market, you know, they get scared, they get out. But if you just kind of remove emotions, DCA, you know, not financial advice, obviously, but that's what I've learned to do. And eventually it pays off. In my experience, anyway. Oh, 0.3. I mean, that's still not too bad. Like, OMI can come back to, you know, I think 0.5 relatively easily when everything's kind of out and released. 0.5% is like a good point of support. The global market is going to be in full rec mode in January. Yes, it is. I think maybe a little bit earlier because people liquidate a lot during Christmas time. So I think next month there's going to be another dip in the market. And in January, up until like, you know, maybe May, this is going to be rec season for everyone. Cost of living is brutal now. Mortgage, bills, kids in the UK. Yeah. Oh, yeah, death contract. So my friend hates mortgages because it's basically a contract for death. You can tell them about your hate for mortgage.
Yeah, so people say mortgages, you know, it's a cheap way to buy like something expensive like a house. But there's so many hidden costs associated with a mortgage, most of all being the interest rate, which is an unrecoverable cost. But usually for the first 2/3 of the time you're paying off a mortgage, you are paying down more interest than capital, which is for 30-year mortgage means for 20 years, you're spending more time paying down the interest than the capital. Also, it's not really a liquid asset. If you need to get out of the UK or just move, you actually have to go through the process of selling a house, which is expensive and slow. So I think owning a home in general, not for everyone, but I'd say for the overwhelming amount of people, is a bad choice. It would make sense if you married, you have kids, and you decided where you're going to raise your kids. So you want them to go to a certain school for 5 years or more. And probably 5 years probably isn't enough. I'd say more like 10 years. But in general, I'd say most people just get a mortgage because the government told them to. What's it? Nation of homeowners, property ladder, all of that, without actually running the numbers to see if it's a good or bad choice. Okay, I've made my point. I'll see if anyone replies. So Ross Gould here, who was talking about the mortgage. Let's see if he has anything there. I'd say if he already has it, then like, yes, you just got to keep paying it off. Like it's not that easy to get out of. Especially now interest rates are going up, it's going to be hard to liquidate your house. You can take the camera. Yeah. By the way, what do you want to?
Yeah,
I need more food. Not from here.
Oh yeah, sure. What are your expectations for VVverse? Unreal Engine sounds positive, so sound like wrong. They're not using Unreal, they're using Unity, but I believe they've built it properly. I believe they're using HDRP, which is high definition render pipeline. So it's a way of getting a higher quality of visual graphics. Obviously requires more rendering power, but it's something that, you know, works really well on desktop because VVverse is desktop based. But I'm looking forward to it because if Dan and David and Reese all said it's good and they've kind of seen what doesn't look good, then yeah, I'm positive. Because we've seen a lot of stuff out there already. And relative to that, if they think that stuff out there isn't that good, then I think VVverse is going to be bullish. Obviously, this is a demo. It's not the full version. Full version, I think we still have to wait, but at least they have something to show us. Because Meta has put in billions already, and they're not really getting... I mean, they're getting stuff done, but, you know, there's still a lot more work they need to do. So, you know, people always say, oh, what's VV up to? Like, you know, where are all the updates? You know, I think this will hopefully reassure a lot of people. The Dutch homie says, morning. Morning, morning. Hoi, hoi. Hoi, yeah. Or hi, I think it's HOI, I think. Yeah. I mean, there's like a Dutch group on Twitter, and they always say hoi. Yeah, I went in April. The VUS demo is going to be fluffed by the time, unless it's connected to a server and can hand you out a real don't stress now. Okay. I don't think it's going to be like in a live environment, obviously. I think it's going to be it's going to be an MVP. So you can kind of do stuff. You get, a gist of generally what it looks like and some basic functionality. But I don't think it'll be like too much right now. I'd be surprised if they had more. The Dutch homie hoi. Mortgage, good advice. Rent, just line someone else's pocket. Oh yeah, this is a good point that Nitesh and I have spoken about. Oh yeah, we were trying to get the person behind to get us the bill. Yeah, Nitesh, they said good advice on the mortgage, but rent just lines someone else's pocket. So I think it's the way to go. Long-term investment for the kids.
I mean, that's a very oversimplified way of thinking. Saying rent, you're paying off someone else's mortgage, right? So first of all, I explained when you're paying your mortgage, like a lot of it is you're paying down interest on the loan, and for the first 2/3 of your mortgage period, so that's 20 or 30 years, you're paying. That's truly an unrecoverable cost. You're paying down interest. You are lining someone's pocket. You're lining the banker's pocket, right? Also, when you buy a house, there are a whole bunch of other costs which we discussed earlier, like lawyers' fees, solicitors' fees, estate agent fees, that are going to add up. So it's not just. And you want to pause the stream or something while we're. Can I still hear me?
Probably.
Turn it off so we can.
Okay. Yeah, just paying now.
I'll ask the question. What's the question?
Oh, do you take Amex? Yes. Oh, but Pixel 1 wasn't legit anyway. I mean, Pixel 1 was like, they were paying people on Fiverr to build stuff for them. I actually know some of the studios that Vivi works with, and they are professional. Plus, a lot of the licensors have to approve of what's going in, so it has to look good. Or it has to look good in their eyes. Thank you. Okay, so we are gonna go exploring now. I'll show you guys in the airport.
I need more food. Bakery or something? Huh? Like a bakery? Probably. Yeah. It's cute to get in there. We keep going everything. I think we got everything. Don't forget the front. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. Okay, so I'll show you guys in the airport. Okay. Paul Barron was talking. Oh yeah, sure, let's go. Right there. Paul Barron was talking about the current crypto market cap and that Wall Street businesses are waiting to enter for a good price. What are your thoughts about? Oh yes, 100%. I think Bitcoin's going to 13K next year, and so that's going to coincide with more rate hikes. That's going to be partly due to raising interest costs, higher cost of living, and politicians are saying that there isn't going to be a deep recession, but there is. And that's going to squeeze a lot of people's pockets. A lot of people are already liquidating assets. Oh yeah, sure. Oh yeah. Thoughts on why Disney refused to mention Vivi? They do mention Vivi. They have mentioned Vivi before. If you're referring to the Disney Accelerator, that had literally nothing to do with Vivi. Vivi is not part of the Disney Accelerator because they're not like a brand new project that Disney is kind of cultivating. Vivi is already an established company. So there's no reason for Disney to talk about Vivi in the Disney Accelerator video, but they still actually mentioned Vivi in there. As in, they showed the golden moments and the Miles Morales and AF-15.
You sit down somewhere. They can't just go around. Get my food and I'll meet you wherever you're sitting. Sit down over there.
Yeah, I can meet you like by the boots, I think.
That's boots.
Yeah, like the seats there.
Just there? Boots?
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk around and then come back. Okay. Yeah, so the Disney Accelerator. There's Flick Play and a few others. But those Disney Accelerator projects, they're very like brand new projects that aren't really on the market yet. And Disney's kind of cultivating them. And so Disney, I'm pretty sure, owns a big share within those companies, which is why they have a vested interest. I don't think Disney owns any equity in Vivi. I'm pretty certain. Bitcoin going to 3K. Oh, 3K would put it back in like, that was like 2017 levels, 3K. I think that's too low. Maybe 10K. But 3K is, yeah, I think that would be too low. I don't think we'd see that much of a sell-off because there's too much adoption at this point. 3K was when like barely anyone was using Bitcoin. Makes sense. Cheers. Oh, here's a good one. See, I've never been a fan of Hex. I've avoided Hex like the plague. Because for me, Hex kind of fell into the same bucket as like Luna and, you know, FTX and all these like ones where they just have like really predatory promotional tactics. Like, I don't buy into this whole time deposit thing. And like I was saying from the start that this is going to get roasted by the SEC 100%. And what do you know? The SEC now has an active investigation against Richard Hart. Like, it played out exactly like I said it was going to play out. And what's going to happen is the SEC is going to brand Hex as security, just like they did with Library. And then everyone's going to dump their bags. And then Richard Hart be the first one to get out. And the people holding are going to be the ones that lose. That's what's going to happen. I mean, I'd be very surprised if it didn't play out that way. You know, ultimately, you know, like this is just my opinion anyway. That's what I think. There might be a chance that I'm wrong, but I personally chosen not to get involved with Hex. I help the patient. Sometimes I feel squeezed, but I'm still working. Oh yeah, my first buy-in was like 0.7s as well. Or maybe it was 0.5s. I think it was 0.5s. And then 0.7, and then it went to 1 cent and 1.3 cents. They came all the way back down. 0.75. What are you most bullish in the OUP, and what's your one thing to change? Oh, if I wanted to change something, it would be the fees for the gems. Like, I think removing those fees and maybe allowing people to just pay fully in OMI, I think that would work. And I'm not opposed to them selling some of the token, because even if they're selling some of the token to pay the licensor, that's more volume. And I think the amount of people buying because they've made that process easier is going to outweigh the selling of the token. But I'm very bullish on the staking aspect, because when reason to get the token, before there was no reason to get the token. And I think that's what people are going to be doing, is they're going to be getting the token, they're going to be staking it for those rewards. And over time, I reckon, we're going to see a lot more genuine adoption of the token. Like, people will actually want to get it for the benefits rather than getting it as speculation. Because right now it's just a purely speculative asset. Like, it doesn't do anything. Okay, so thank you. I appreciate it. There's a lot of luxury stores here. You guys can see we have Kurt Geiger there. Okay, so I think we'll end the stream there. Yeah, so I'm going to be landing. I'll be in the US in about 12. I'll be in the US in about 12 hours from now. So I'll probably try and sleep a bit. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit.